My people, what up, though? We back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
My name is Prentice.
Yo, 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 and I'm Butter. What's good, y'all?
Bell is on the way. Brother's taking care of some business. But we back, y'all, with another episode of it. What it is, what it was, what it does, cuz. Happy Women's History Month to all the beautiful women out there. You dig? Um, let's jump right into it, fellas. Let's get these checkers out the way so we can jump right into the episode. We will be talking about the ladies today. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yay. Don't be like that, P. Anywho, what's, what's good, LT, man? How the world treating you, man? Check in, B. How you doing?
Yo, I'm great. I'm great. I've been in a lot of like self-discovery. Um, my schedule for March is beautifully busy. I've been in several schools. Thanks to you, I have opportunity coming up in April where I get to be on stage and cut up and act a fool a little bit. Um, but like when it comes to like relationship and stuff like that, I just recently learned that what I really want in a relationship is somebody to take care of me.
Mm.
Not take care of me like, well, let me talk about what I want as opposed to what I don't want. I mean, after a day where I've had to talk a child down from a difficult space or celebrate a child who has gotten an epiphanal moment around their worth and their mattering, it would be great to share that with somebody I love and that I know loves me, and who's also willing to be my emergency contact. So, that's something that I got really present to, and I've never like said that out loud. So I'm really grateful for that.
We say it lightly, but that emergency contact is some real shit. Because I can't keep you ain't your mama gone. You know what I mean? Got made she rest in peace. But it's like I can't keep putting my mama down. That's my emergency contact. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what
Dude,
I'm saying? It's
what
rough out here.
it's like, what are we doing? What's the point?
Yeah, I'm gonna write a new poem. That's gonna be my next poem. Emergency contact.
Call emergency contact. Please write it. Please write it.
It's gonna be my poem. I'm gonna make it comical too.
Please. But yeah, I think that's important.
No, it
You know,
absolutely is. It absolutely
and,
is.
and here's the other part. I'm no longer chasing relationship. Now I'm just like chilling. If it happened, I'm grateful. If it don't, I'm grateful. I got
Yeah, I'm living in this space where, like, in a similar thing, we're not chasing, but I also have this thing where, like, I want a partner to celebrate with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm knocking off milestones and breaking generational curses, and
come on now.
winning, winning in different areas. And it's like, I don't, like I'm about to go to this what's not Hall of Fame dinner that I got nominated for the Hall of my high school Hall of Fame,
Yeah, y'all were talking about that last time.
and suiting my kids up to go. P. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what's up.
but it's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You want to be able to take your lady with you, you know what I mean, and the family. You know what I'm saying? I'm just me and my kids. You know what I'm saying? So that like these wins happen, and sometimes like I'll tell you an example. Like Bella and I got nominated for 100 Men of Color in New
Mm.
England, and we go, and it's me and my kids, and it's him and his wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? It's just you get a little envious of that. Like I wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? But to be able to
Mhm.
celebrate my dog is dope because we achieving these things together, but it's still that missing element. So I think he felt it. That he felt it too because he sent the wife and kid home, not sent them home, but the wife and kid went home, and we went out to go. Go celebrate together. You know what I'm saying? So he might have felt that energy on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what friends are for. Shout out to the homie for that. But yeah. So I feel you on that whole take care of you space, and it doesn't mean pay my bills and pay my rent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
let's not.
hold a nigga down. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
No, for sure. P, what's goody, bro? How you be? How you living? How you feeling? Check in.
I'm good, man. I
That
think
shit
if I
didn't even
was
sound. Not even to cut you off. That shit sounded absolutely not convincing at all.
no,
It was
just listen. I'm
okay.
good. I'm just what you hear is not it's not me trying to convince you. It's the it's the season. Like I was thinking, like where am I? Like for this check in, I'm in the season of nah. NAH, bud. And what I mean by that is just like whatever I say nah to is no. It's no. And I think this move and pivot I made to go for primary custody of Anaya, man, really got me in this phase. And I'm realizing that this decision and venture back into this space um, is giving me more confidence. It's giving me more courage. I'm about to have to go back into a court system that took my first child away from me, that I had to fight against, that ultimately I got custody of my kid. I'm doing something that, as a father, I need to be doing in order to make sure that whenever my daughter gets it, she understands that her daddy always will protect her and do whatever he feels is best. And this has kind of been a domino effect. And ever since I started, I think the scariest thing was to announce, like, yo, because this is, like, obviously this is a public ass platform, but it's nothing I'm ever going to talk about publicly beyond us talking. It's just that, we're on a podcast, so people may hear it. But it's something that I'm keeping, and I've kept close to the belt. But this is giving me a lot of confidence. So now everything that I'm not okay with, I'm not okay with, and I'm doing something about. You know what I mean? So everything is just, it's like, nah, that's not okay. So I'm gonna do something about it. Or nah, I don't want to do this. Or nah, I don't like that anymore. Or nah, I don't want to be this way. Everything's just nah, like no. Like I don't like getting toward the last week of the month and my finances being where they are. So I need to figure out how to make some more money.
So
You know what I mean?
these nows come with action. Like, nah.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? But they come with 10 toes in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Not just I don't like it, nah, but like a principle, no. A principle, nah. Like that's just not who I am or where I am. And I'm not even gonna say anymore. Just it's not who I am where I am. So just not. You know what I mean? And learning how to not over explain or overindulge. And I'm learning how to use silence as my voice as well now, rather than talking so damn much. Like, all right, but nah.
Nah,
And I
word.
like this shit. I like it, bro. Like I like it, chief, because it's changing me, and it's a change that I ain't never had.
I can respect that, yo. And I think recently I've made a couple nah moves where it's just like, and it wasn't necessarily, it was, not wanting to deal with something. Like, nah, you know what? I'm nah. I'm just nobody but to deal with that. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Something kind of hit me under the belt, triggered me a little bit. Like, nah, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So that was pull away from. But I do want to. You mentioned the court system, bro, and I know we know what that's like.
Hmm.
And if I'm being candid, like I've had similar thoughts as you, but I'm afraid. I'm
Yeah.
afraid. I'm afraid to go back in there, bro.
Hmm.
Considering like knowing what they've done to me personally and what they do to black men,
Hmm.
fighting for their kids for the right things.
Hmm.
I'm terrified of that, bro.
Hmm.
And I do not want to go back in there. That's why I have not.
Hmm.
And so salute to you for making that step, man. But was it a lot to get over? Because I know.
Nah, the fear doesn't outweigh the reason for me. Like Anaya is the reason, bro. Like she not, it's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. And I'm what I'm not gonna do, even though I could, I'm not gonna elaborate on what ain't cool, but it ain't cool.
Mhm,
You know what I mean? And I know from the source it ain't cool. And that doesn't out like nothing they can put me through is is worth her being in the same mental and emotional state she's in and me doing nothing about it.
mhm.
Point blank, period. So, all right, niggas, whatever the fuck y'all, okay. Watch me get it. Watch me do it. Watch her be okay. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, and I ended up winning with Just, bro. Like, I got him eventually. You know what I'm saying? But this is bigger than that, bro. Like, it's my little girl, man. This ain't. So, nah, it's what I'm having to do now is face the trauma from before that I didn't know still existed.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? I think that, and
yeah,
and so doing it made it come up, and it's like, oh shit, I'm
yeah.
not over some of that shit that happened. Like,
There's a case,
oh
the case of moving on, but not necessarily getting over it, not
yeah,
processing through it. Yeah, yeah. I know
yeah.
we
And I
we
thought
all
because
know
I
what that's
won, and
like.
eventually I got him and all that shit, it was gone and done with. But nah, it was the fact that I got him. That shit didn't matter anymore. But now that that chapter is went with it, we're doing this again. But I'm also not in the same circumstance. I'm not in the same place. And I truly believe that everything that's happened to me now from a space of adversity is happening to me now because of who I am now and where I'm at, like, it ain't shit I can't handle. But the fear, it do be there. But nah, this I know what I know. You know,
Right.
like I'm too certain, but I'm too certain.
All right, I'm gonna keep you in prayer, bro, because I know what it's like. You going in with your hopes up, everything sound good, and then you get that racist ass judge that look at you like you the deadbeat, and you know what I mean, why you in here and it just make it worse for you. So I'm praying for you, bro, because that shit
Yeah,
is not
man.
fun. That shit is not
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it's gonna work. Appreciate it though.
And we get to pray for your daughter too, because she gets to be supported.
Hmm.
Like what you're doing, my hope is that it also lends itself to whatever healing you need when you needed somebody to reach for you or fight for you.
Hmm.
Like that's what's coming up for me right now. Watching you watching you fight for your kids is so beautiful. And being with kids like who fathers don't even show up.
Hmm.
My hope is that as you're interrupting what would have been a generational curse, that you also are benefiting from the healing. Because I think that part, like you said, something so profound, like the purpose like outweighs the fear. Like what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's too valuable, bro, to be afraid. Like it just don't in real life it don't make sense. Not only I get what you're saying about like profound, but just for real, her value there's no comparison. You know what I'm saying? So and what's the worst that can happen? You know what I mean? Like truly, what's the worst? I'm already where I'm at, happy with her.
Hmm.
There's just stuff needs to happen to make sure that she's okay. So
Yeah.
you know they can't stop it. And I think honestly, brother man, to tell you the truth, I be questioning how good I'm doing with fatherhood nowadays more than I ever have. But I'm in the best situation I've ever been in. So I think for me, things like this are me just planting seeds with intention. You know what I mean? Because my daughter don't understand what it's like to be protected by a father still. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like she still gets mad when I have to, like last week, go to her defense at her school because a teacher was talking to her disrespectfully in my face and told me I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to her. And then I gotta go off and check. Hey, bro, I gotta go off and check this old white lady, and she's leaving school crying because she thinks she's gonna have to deal with some shit on Monday because of my tone. You know, so she does not know and understand what it's like to be protected because she's so constantly made to feel or think a certain way. And I know by me just simply doing this later on in life, she's gonna be my daddy was protecting me. You know what I mean? So rather than her, you know, me crying over the fact that she don't understand it, which I did, it's like, okay, she'll get it. I just got to make sure I do things for her to understand. Because if I don't, then she won't.
But Prentice, I don't think you give yourself any real credit for your consistency.
I'm not, bro. I'm not.
You're not giving yourself credit for the re-engineering of your own mind to get it. And then the part that you're missing more than anything, fathers don't learn about fathering until children get to the planet. You didn't
Mm,
have before, like little girls are given dolls and things like that that they nurture into love. They understand that kind of relationship. You learn it, not taking you off the hook, but you also want to consider you're like you really can't mess it up because number one, ain't nobody seen your version of fathering. But the
mhm.
other thing too, you got to consider who taught you.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And I
You
need
right.
and I need for you to give my brother some grace. Like
Hmm.
he's figuring it. If anything, thank you, nieces and nephews, for teaching dad how to be a father. We really should be thanking them because you don't just father them, you father now your work,
Hmm.
right? You show up in relationship as this paternal love. And it's a direct result of wanting to change the lives of your children, not realizing you're also changing your own. I think that is the epitome of fathering because you're not the point. She is absolutely the point, and you can't, she's getting to know herself and you also want to consider she felt that way because some rearing is occurring that has her understanding that her last name matters.
Hmm.
That I don't want to embarrass you, I know I have to deal with this stuff, like, Dad, I'm ready to fight. But she sounded like you. You didn't put
Mm.
me in a situation. She didn't say that she was gonna back down. She didn't say she wasn't gonna have to address it if she had to address it. She was saying, I know this may be coming.
Yeah,
And she
yeah,
didn't.
man.
Have you met her
And
father?
you said what?
I said, have you met her father? He don't back down. You run into the fire more often than not.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And I
She's just
told her,
finding what she's learned.
yeah, I told her I was proud of her yesterday, man. We went to Starbucks, and speaking on the fear, I was so proud of her because she has been so scared to tell her mother that she wanted to switch up her living circumstances because she was afraid of the response. And the other day, she finally did. Like she told her mom that she wanted to change. You know what I mean? That this ain't the circumstance that she wants for herself, and she has a desire to switch things up and try it out and see how it goes. And she's been so afraid to say something, and she finally did, man. And I was like, yo, regardless of the response that you got, the response doesn't matter. What I want you to remember is that you no longer have to hold on to feelings or thoughts that you're completely free to express. You know what I mean? Like, the response don't matter. It's all about communicating how you feel to these people who care about you and just the world in general. So I'm really, really proud of her, man. And yeah, yeah, I'm just really proud of Anaya, man. She's speaking up for herself, which I respect.
Love that.
Yeah.
Definitely love that, yo. So you on to double back on that, checking on the teachers thing, man. Like I had to do that as well, man. I think it's just a note for parents. If you're involved like that, sometimes you got to go in and you know what I mean, sit in front of them and let them know what it is, because teachers are really manipulate the system and try to get away and take advantage of your children, man. And when you raising respect for children who ain't cussing them out, who come home and tell you this stuff,
Come on.
like, it's your job to go in there and hold it down and stand up for them. Because I had to do the same thing, bro. The teacher was like I'm strict. Like my daughter, I got her phone right now because she got an 87 on her report card. My mother's like 87. Shit, I wish I got an 87. I'm like, listen, we
Right.
we 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 two different parents. Anything below a 90, I give her 5 days, 5 school days to make it up. It was low still. Give me that phone. When you
Mm-hmm.
get them grades up, you'll hold it back. You'll get it back. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? But like I'm strict like that. So when she's like, Dad, I've done all my work. My teacher just don't grade it. And I'm like, okay, well then you need to go talk to him. Write him an email, whatever. I try to put her in position to advocate for herself. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, I've done that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, do you need me to come and speak? She goes, yes. I go in there and I could see how condescending he was and tried to play tough. I'm listening. And it was she was doing something. She was talking and he cut her off. No. I'm like, yo, let her speak. Like give her a chance to say what she got to say. And then he like caught himself and let her speak. I left there. I get the notification on my phone. Her grade jumps up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't even get, like, I'm in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Her grade has changed. But I say that to say, like, parents, man, if your kids come home and tell you something, listen to them. You don't always, I mean, of course, hear what the teacher says, but rock with your baby and then go in there and put them all in the same place, and then you get the story for real, for real. And don't let these teachers take advantage of your kids, man, because they will do that.
Absolutely will.
I'm concerned that you said her grade jumped. How many other young people in that class need jumping grades?
Right. Right. And how many people in that class have parents who can identify where it's time to put my feet on that motherfucking campus because y'all
Right,
got me and my daughter fucked up. You know what I mean?
right,
Not everybody's gonna do that either.
right. And I was polite about it, but I had to kind of like get stern with him because she was talking and he like literally jumped on, like, yo, let her speak, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like caught himself, and then he gave her like, what, go ahead, and she said what she had to say.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, like by the time I got to my car, I get a ping, 87 to a 94.
Yeah, that'd
You
have
know what
been
I'm
a whole
saying?
nother conversation too.
87 to a night due.
Come
Yeah,
on. That'd have been a whole nother
That's the
conversation.
whole
Like,
new
what the fuck is
difference.
we doing here?
right.
And
The
it's different because we're educators. You know what I mean? Like we know the game. You can't finesse. We're educators, bro. We know this game. Don't fuck ready to fire.
Don't play with them kids. Don't play with mine, because
Not at all. This one
like,
ain't the one you want to play with.
right. And but now when you go in there, they know that, and then at that point, you don't have no more issues.
Right, right.
So now he's nitpicking. Like anything she does, he texting me or emailing me nitpicking. And I'm just like, don't worry about it, babe. I got it. But just try to be on point when you go to his class so we don't have these issues. But I
Yup.
understand.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So
Corny as shit.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad we since we talking about the baby girls and and all that good stuff. We fellas, we are aware that March is National Women's History Month, right?
Yup.
Yes.
So we had an interview scheduled last week. We had to reschedule due to some complications or whatever. So I wanted to try to get as many women as we could on episodes this month, but unfortunately we weren't able to do so just yet. So I figured tonight we would have a conversation about the women in our lives and our world and kind of give them their flowers. You know what I'm saying? I know most of them that we're going to talk about are probably watching. So let's let's take an opportunity to share the wealth with them and show the love. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta wait till Valentine's Day or to the deathbed to give them these flowers. Let's pour them out now and make sure they know and feel that they're loved, here or not. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love
So before we got into it, fella, before we get into it, I wanted to share some stats that I thought were pretty interesting, and it's simple stuff, but I didn't realize that. So according to the United States Census, right? Census.gov, right? Half of our country, just about half, women that make up 50.5, and men are 49.5 of the country, right? But peep this. Did y'all know that it jumps dramatically after 30 years old?
What does?
This is the percentage. Right now, like in America, it's 50-50. But over the age of 30, 65% of them are women.
what?
The population.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I didn't get what you was talking about.
Yeah,
So,
so
Yeah,
it's
first,
50-50 on the average census, but over the age of 30 is
Yeah.
65% women.
wow.
Which means men are faded at over the age of 30. Men are just, you know what I'm saying? Like
Well, we
a
know
lot of us,
men die before women do.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
As far as like
So
age and stuff.
it jumps to like 91% over the age of 81.
That's insane. 91?
91% of people 81 or older are women.
That's scary. That is
Right. So
scary, man.
yeah, so it was an interesting stat. I'm like, wow, that's like really, really mind-blowing to me, because we fellas, it's a note there for us to start taking better care of ourselves. For sure.
Man.
For sure.
And overall, women have been the majority of our country since 1950.
Mm.
Have been the majority. So I'd like to give a quick gem, because I don't want to get into any more. But I had a little moment right now. I might have one right now, but we'll move past it. But I didn't share this the last episode, but my grandmother passed away 2 weeks ago, man. And it was tough. It is tough. And
Yeah.
it was a lot to deal with, bro. We flew down, and it was a lot, man. Like, if your services were awesome, beautiful, and all that good stuff, but it was so heavy to watch my aunts and uncles in this space of just. I mean, my grandmother like, she was such a good person. This wasn't thing because we're related, but she was such a beautiful person, Pete. It's almost like you didn't think something like this could happen to her. She was such a good person.
Mm.
Like, she was so kind-hearted, so sweet, so calm, so rich in God and all that, man. So to be able to go down and spend that time with her, and everybody left the house for a moment, so it was just me and her. We in there listening to Whitney Houston, some gospel music, and just vibing. And it was so cool to be able to spend those moments with her and hear her talk about how happy she was that my cousin Nikki gave her a pedicure, and the girls are rubbing down her lotion or Vaseline and down her legs. She's like, it felt so good. You know what I'm saying? Those are her great grandchildren. You dig? So it was cool to be able to share those moments, man. But we talking about women, and I want to give Big Mama the love and respect. Big Mama, may you rest in peace. We all love and miss you dearly. It's just, she is someone who birthed generations, bro. Generations. 9 children. You know what I'm saying? So and to see all the people there showing love and mourning someone who literally we thought this would never happen to was just it was just a beautiful beautiful blessing to have experienced that woman for my lifetime and to have her on this earth for 88 years, man. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out to your family, bro.
No word, appreciate you, bro. So I wanted to I wanted to ask y'all just plain and simple, like tell us about the women who shaped your life and maybe like like how it influences you today. Good, bad, or indifferent, man. But I'm hoping good.
Yeah. So my mom was different in the way she was, but what I got from my mom is that she absolutely did the best she could with the tools that she had. And she also taught me that I'm the only no and I'm the only yes that ever matters to me. Like anybody can tell me no, anybody can tell me yes, but if I don't believe in myself, the yes won't be big enough. Um, and if I really want it, your no can't stop me. And I learned that kind of fighting from my moms. Right? I never really got the mom I thought I wanted, but I did get the one I needed.
Hmm.
And what I also I would if I had to shout out anybody for real, I would shout out my nieces. I would shout out like all of my nieces, their generation, they are giants, dude. These girls are doing stuff that their own mothers didn't do for them, and they are figuring out parenting. That's why when Prentice talk about fathering, I'm like, dude, I have this conversation. I think every other week with a niece.
Hmm.
I had two of my nieces here in Chicago, here in New York from Chicago. We were taking one of our my great niece to dance practice and stuff like that. And you got myself, both my nieces in the middle of the street bawling because I'm saying to them, nobody taught you how to be a mama.
Hmm.
Everything you're doing different. And these the same ones that check on their uncle. And some of my closest friends are my nieces and nephews,
Hmm.
right? But primarily my nieces, they're all hyper intelligent, educated, and they love fiercely.
Hmm.
I know they got that from my mama. When they got to my mom's funeral, my niece Shanita stands up and says, our Nana never disappointed us. And we wish y'all had the mother that we had as a grandmother.
Hmm.
And then she says, she never disappointed us. And I was like, never, nigga? Like, never. She was like, never. She never disappointed us, uncle. And I was like, wow. And it's good to know my mom had that kind of touch on folks, even when she was trying to figure out what it was to be a mother. I love that. I love her for that. I appreciate her for it.
That's dope. They say grandparents is parents wish at a second chance to get it right.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? They said, and I believe that too, because you see all the videos online where, what I mean, the grandparents they just love on our babies differently, man. It's a
they
different thing.
do.
Like, oh, now you got McDonald's money. I mean, that's simple, but you know what I'm saying? It's simple, but that's the truth of it, man.
I mean, every time I have McDonald's money. Every
Right,
time.
right,
Hmm.
right. P, what's up with you, man? I know it's. I'm gonna let you
It,
do your thing.
yeah, it's not tough at all. Dang, it's crazy because the honorable mention would be my mom, and that takes nothing from her. I'll explain. The honorable mention is my mom because she obviously has always been my foundation. Like Butter said, she did the best she could with what she had. She did a damn good job, man. I watched my mom just achieve everything she set out to achieve. Everything. To graduate college when I was 10, to buying her own home, to savings bonds for me to get to college, to getting her a Lexus that she always wanted, to starting a hair braiding business in our kitchen, moving the dinner tables, having synthetic hair in our food, and owning her own shop for 25 plus years. My mom is gonna get whatever the fuck she wants. And I'm grateful for her to still be here because I hope that she's reaping the benefits of the life that she's lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that whatever's going on in her universe right now, she is getting exactly what the positive aspect of the universe has for her. Um, but with that being said, man, the first person I always think about, her name is Bernice Simpson. I called her Macy. The day I was born, my mother was tired, was walking into the house with me. She lived right above us, right below us. My mom lived on the second floor. She took me out of my mom's hands and she told my mom go get some sleep before I even ever got into the door. And legend has it that's why we were inseparable. I grew up with Macy. I was with her all the time. She had a 1970 something Toyota Corolla. She used to have to pump the gas to get it to start. Apparently, she was so blind she shouldn't have been driving. We drank coffee every morning when I was 4 or 5 years old. Macy, I was with her all the time. I think of Macy when I think of the woman in my life, more than I do my mom. For I don't know why, but that relationship we had to this day feels like the closest bond I've ever had with anybody. 10 days ago was the 37th year that she has not been here. She died March 7th, 1989. I was 7 years old. I came home from school early because I had a headache, knocked on her door, walked all the way home. She didn't answer. I went to her bedroom and I saw her laying halfway on her bed. And she wouldn't answer and respond. So I broke in the house, broke down the window. And I was so young, I didn't know what I was looking at, but she was going through rigor mortis. Um, that morning, I think I've told y'all the story, the peanut butter jelly sandwich story. I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that morning, and I was a brat. She spoiled me. I threw the sandwich on the wall, and I didn't tell her I love her, and I left. Um, when I broke in the house, the sandwich was still on the wall. You can see the smearing. The sandwich was on the floor, but it let me know that she didn't give time to clean up the sandwich before she passed away, because she would have cleaned it up. And finding her dead, I think I never processed, but I think it was for a reason. I think if anybody was meant to find her, it was me. And I don't know why I believe that. She never left me. I could be anywhere in the world and her perfume, I'd get a gust of it. I could be outside in the middle of the forest riding a bike or on the trail and woof, I know she's around. I haven't felt her presence in a long time, but lately I've been really asking for it and I've been talking to her. But Macy, I was so young and I only spent my first 7 years with her, but it was something about the bond that we had that means the most to me. I also would think of her name is Irene Villegas. Uh, my mom's boyfriend when I was 4 years old was Mexican, so I grew up in a Mexican household. A lot of people don't know that. She spoke to me in fluent Spanish. She did not want me to be the black kid who was an outcast. I went everywhere with them, most Mexican shits ever. You know, quinceañeras. She made chorizo every morning, taught me how to make tacos. She showed me what love felt like to somebody you didn't owe it to. You know, I was an addition to their family, and she could have just been nice, but I was a grandchild. I was a grandchild, and I had two cousins, Vincent and Daniel, and uh, I grew up in a Mexican household, man, and the way she loved on me was it was profound, and it was something to this day. She had a stroke when I was 19, had the mental capacity of a 5 year old, passed a couple of years after that. Um, but the two elderly women in my life really, really shaped me more than I think I've ever realized because I've never talked about it. I looked for her grave like 2 weeks ago and couldn't find it. Um, and then my mom was the consistent, right? My mom was she was a foundation. My mom was the consistent, right? But I think of those women. And then I don't want to hog up the time, but we'll get to Sarai, which I'm looking at differently than I would have acknowledged 3 months ago.
Mm.
That's dope, man. So I mean, obviously my mom has been my backbone my entire life. I could go on for days about just her knowing her kid and doing what was necessary to help me get it. I'll tell a quick story and then maybe share somebody else. But like, I just remember being in college my first year. Hell week football practice was awful. Like it was just mad. Like I was everything that they say you experienced during that first week of college football was that. I mean, my body hurt. I was tired. I was getting screamed at. Just a lot of shit. And I remember calling her and being like, I hate it here. I want to go home. And she was like, well, shit, pack your bag and come home. But listen, P, any other time it would be, you got to stick with it. You signed up, you got to fight through it, do what you got to do. But I think in that moment, she knew her son. She hit me with that reverse psychology, and I'm like, no, I ain't fucking coming home. I don't quit. Like you, like that ain't what you you ain't teach me this. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like,
Yep.
but I
Yep.
remember just being like, no, I'm not coming home. Like I'm about to thug this out, and it like almost gave me my second win.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of figured out, but I don't know, something in that moment, her parenting said, "This is what my boy needs."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it worked because obviously I stayed and graduated and so on and so forth. And I just remember like the pride on. I remember seeing her face more so when I got my master's. I mean, my memory is terrible anyway, but I remember like I told my mom I was even like I didn't think she knows I'm getting my master's. I told her like maybe like a week before graduation, like yeah, there's a graduation this week. It's like for what? I'm like, I got my master's. What? I'm like, yeah, I'm not going though. Like I don't really want to go. She's like, why are you not going? I'm like, guys, just ceremony be long, whatever. She's like, no, you going? And I'm like, all right. So I ended up going. My kids were there, and it's just like I remember the look on her face, like just being like super proud of her son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and I think living for moments like that to make the people who've invested the most in you proud is such a beautiful feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be able to bring those things and allow her to bask in that. And it don't matter where we go, bro. She stayed. My son this, my son that, my son this, my son that. Like, these people don't need to know. People don't care. But
Till this day, she like that.
yeah, when she get a chance to flex on her kids, that's just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's doing, and you gotta respect that. But at the same time, she be doing too much. But I gotta, I gotta let her live how she live. But she's it's getting to that point now, P, where like say we gotta parent our parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm getting there now. I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
there now because she
Good
is just
luck.
yeah, she's super stubborn in her ways and don't want to hear nothing. Nobody, buddy. Gotta say, like it is what it is, and it's just that's super frustrating to deal with. But she knows, and I'm sure she'll see the episode. And it's crazy because the last episode when I called her out and talked about her, she didn't mention that one though. She didn't want to say nothing about that. But when she see this, I guarantee she gonna say something to me. But no, it's my mom has been my backbone. I mean, I've gotten lessons from a variety of women in my life, but if I had to, obviously the next one, my baby girl, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have my wife, but my daughter is the epicenter of my life, man. That little girl saved me.
Mm-hmm.
People like, you don't talk about your boys a lot. I love them little niggas all day. That little girl
Mm-hmm.
has just she literally saved me. P, like pulled me out of the darkness. I tell you, I remember the day I saw her mother sent me the pregnancy test. I remember looking at the pregnancy test and picking my head up and the fucking lights came on.
Mm-hmm.
It's broad daylight, P. But I remember
Mm-hmm.
looking up at the car dealership and the lights came on. And I was like, oh, this is we on now.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? But like just learning so much about being a man, I've fallen into a place of sincere vulnerability and sensitivity. Like I can't even tell you, bro. I'm so sensitive these days, and I've been for a while. But like, I'm not afraid to cry. I cry at a drop of a dime. I probably my eyes water up probably once a day.
Welcome to the club.
On some, or we already know, like on some, like
The
soldiers coming
videos,
home for
nigga, the
more videos.
videos.
Yeah, soldier come home for more videos. Dude rescuing a dog video, like it don't even matter. Like it's,
It don't matter, man. It don't matter. I'm
It
crying
don't
once
matter.
a day.
and dudes will be,
So
yo.
funny.
Side note, I swear I wish I could reach through the phone and slap the shit out of somebody. I was watching a video today, and these three dudes was talking. It could have been clickbait, I don't know, but it got me. They was talking about dude was in the gym working out, and he was looking at another dude working out in his zone groove, and he said, "Yo, what you listen to?" He's like, "I'm listening to Drake." He's like, "Yo, you sitting there listening to another man while you working out?" And I'm like,
Here, this
"Shit,
nigga,
like,
bro.
come on, fam, like." Like, you can't be that tough.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be that tough to where like you can't listen to good music while you're working out because the dude is on. Like, come on, B. That shit made me so mad. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest because dudes be acting like it's a crime to be sensitive or to like, you know, like
Right.
this shit is annoying, man.
I,
It's
I,
Anywho,
I got a question because I was thinking about this question and I'm waiting to even talk about. I think I don't know how long we're doing this. I'm waiting to talk about Anaya and Shy and Sarai. I don't know why, but a question because I was thinking about like appreciation, right, for women. I realized I've dated a lot of dope women. I've dated
yeah,
some really dope women. You know what I'm saying? Like I really have, and I've left every single one of them. I dropped and ended every single one of those relationships. Some on amicable terms, some on some scandalous Prentice wasn't shit terms. Um, and then I think about uh the course of life after dating those women, and then the women I came across after them to the woman that I ended up with. And I couldn't have this conversation without, I think, acknowledging them because I think, and I've never talked about this, I've never even thought about it, but I think they were necessary in order to identify my end result in Sarai. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't match the fucked up relationships I had with the shitty people, the shitty women. So I knew there was a contrast there. But after dealing with some fucked up shitty women and then coming across Sarai, I knew Sarai wasn't the shitty part. And I knew she definitely represented and reflected more what I had experienced in my past, but she was a higher version of that. So I think I would have to acknowledge the quality women who gave me a chance when I was just completely misguided, still a good person, but misguided. And maybe I was trying my best, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. But I'm wondering if y'all got experiences within relationships of people that you can still value and appreciate even if you're not with them now. You know what I'm saying?
dude, I literally like you've heard it. I literally start my next album off with I want to start off by saying I'm sorry to
Hmm.
all the women I've ever hurt. I didn't recognize my own worth, so I didn't understand my own worth, so it was hard to recognize yours. That's literally the first phrase of my album. Like, there's been,
Taking,
huh?
taking. I get, yeah, I know the poem, but taking yourself out of it, not as the main focal point, right? What is it about them that have shaped you now? Not, and I don't mean like the cliche what you're going to look for in the future, but have they shaped you?
So it's it's one you like. So I even with like the dating apps, bro. Like like I'm like selective in that regard. Like it didn't work out, but it was a bunch of good women. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? For one reason or another, it wasn't my fault or her fault. Just differences in between or whatever. But like an example would be just like holding me to a standard that I may not have been receptive to in the past, or be like, who the fuck she thinks she is? You know what I'm saying? But like being able to adhere to what a man should be and what a man should do. And it's little shit like in previous relationship, I think I mentioned this before, like just understanding the difference between or separating family versus family. Me being, I got a tattoo on my arm that says a man's family is his strength. I've always dug into my family. And then when I get a household, no, no, no. This is your family now.
Hmm.
It was really hard for me to grasp that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, oh, I'll be back. I gotta go. So and so need a ride. So and so needs some money or whatever. And it was just like, I gotta go run. Gotta go run. Gotta go run. Gotta go run. And not necessarily neglecting my home, but neglecting my home.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and to learn that small, simple lesson for
Hmm.
me was like, wow, like there's family, and then there's your family,
Hmm.
and that should always be your priority. But again, me having done this for so long and not being, it would be, I guess, I was enabled to do those things in previous relationship, and then you get some people who have standards like, no, this is what happens now. This is how you show up, and it's like, oh shit, she's right. And that's just a small piece of how you learn to develop as a man. Like, and now, like I've learned so many lessons from different women. Like it's ultimately preparing myself for this ideal husband. Obviously, you'll go through things and learn your partner and learn from them and so on and so forth. But I've yet to put all this therapy and conversations and y'all into practice.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm talking about watching television shows. I'm looking at the background shit that goes on, or taking the deeper message from different things that pull me in. I'll give you a prime example if I can. Well, I can because it's my podcast. Damn it. So Pete, I'm watching This Is Us, right? You watch This Is Us with Sterling K. Brown.
Yep.
So I'm watching This Is Us, right? And there's a scene where they're at, like, the episode is called like Nothing Bad Happens on Christmas Eve or something like that. So they're at Sterling K. Brown, what's his name? Randall's, at his like work function, right? Big party, whatever. He goes out to the balcony, and there's this white dude on the balcony, and he looks like he's about to like commit suicide. So Sterling stops him, talks to him like, yo, you know what's going on? He's like, yeah, I'm doing through this, going through that, going through this, blah, blah, blah. And then they're talking, and then Sterling's wife comes out, and Sterling's like trying to keep him from jumping, right? His wife comes out and she taps him. He turns around, he looks, acknowledges his wife, and he turns back around and dude is gone. So he looks over the balcony. Oh my God, like, I don't know, John. And looks over the balcony and John's not there. And he turns back to his wife and he's like, you could see it in his face. He's flustered and blah, blah, blah. She's like, honey, what's up? Are you okay? And he like took a deep breath, grabbed her hand, and he's like, yes, nothing bad happens on Christmas Eve or something. And they walk back into the party. When they walk back into the party, they see dude in the party, like walking out the party, whatever, right? But I tell the story because in that moment, I'm looking, going, I would have ruined that. I would have ruined that, because if the roles were reversed and I'm dude and I come out and my shorty turns around and is looking flabbergasted, I'm going, what's up? Are you okay? And she goes, no, I'm fine. I'm like, yo, are you sure? Like, you clearly look like something's wrong. I would have pushed so hard to get her to tell me what it was so I could help fix it, rather than being like, she says she's good, let it go. I would have pushed so hard, bro, just because I want so bad to make her feel better, because I can clearly see something's wrong, that I would have ruined that moment. And in that moment, I'm like, oh, that was a lesson for me. Because again, people wouldn't have picked that up, but I'm looking at it going, yeah, I would have fucked that up. But now I'm like, okay, when Shorty says she's okay, maybe that moment isn't the time. You double check, but you don't triple check. You don't push it. You step back. You know what I'm saying? But it's little, like, I'm doing so much work now. Just I'm paying attention to all the signs and trying to dig deeper, just to continue to help prepare myself for my next relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's fire. I learned a lot from Yolanda. I think she when we dated, she told me straight up, like, I love your family. If we don't work out, I'm keeping them. That was 30 years ago.
Yolanda's still around.
Yolanda stayed with me, a couple of months ago after her trip from Morocco.
Oh man, that's hard.
It's like we are, at one point, we were living together in Chicago when I was there, and we were laughing. We were like, yo, this is crazy. Like, we would come, at the time I was living downstairs in a downstairs apartment. She was upstairs in the house, and we would come up to go to something for our grandbaby, and she would be like, and her daughter would always go, y'all forever love us. What? She's like, y'all forever love us. She said, how y'all be dressed alike? Y'all be in the same colors. And when we looked, we had dressed almost head to toe the same way. It's so habitual.
And didn't realize it.
Nope. And that relationship ruined a lot of other relationships, because the conversation would be, I don't like the way she look at you. I don't like the way you look at her. Yolanda gets on my fucking nerves. She gets on my mother.
People don't see that. People don't
see it. But when I tell you, her love is so good. And because of her, for years, my family had a place to, our family, pardon me, had a place to meet and celebrate holidays. And, Yolanda and I are the people who are like, hey, this is the person I'm dating, and yada, yada, yada. And if it ain't her person, like, she would bring dudes to the crib and she'd be like, this is my cousin. But my nieces and nephews would come in and be like, hey, Auntie Yolanda. And they'd be like, but ain't he the uncle? I was like, stop lying. I told her, I was like, I know that you're not serious about moving to something different if you got to lie about who I am. Right? I want you happy. Like, I love Yolanda so much. I want her to be She's a good woman. She rides, man. And I just love her. Like I really she taught me how to dream. I remember I wanted a truck, a sidekick. I'm gonna give me a sidekick. Do y'all remember how small them fucking cars were?
But I say, I don't know if that was really a truck, but go ahead, rock on.
Sidekick.
It's like a mini Jeep, but whatever.
Dude, it's a little person Jeep. Like it's very small. She came home with a Land Cruiser.
Oh, word.
One thing that Yolanda taught me how to do is she taught me how to dream. Like she really, really taught me how to dream big. I remember when we first started dating, and she was like, I was like, we were talking about living together, and I'm thinking we're gonna go get an apartment. And I'm like, yeah, let's go get an apartment, like whatever. She was like, no, why don't you just come stay with me? I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, why don't you come stay with me? I move in, we going strong, it's beautiful. She owned the building.
Cool. Player. That's player.
That was one of her buildings.
That's dope.
It was crazy work. And while we were together, I worked at a house, at an apartment complex. I was a property manager. I come to New York over the years. We doing our thing. She buys a house across from the old spot that I used to work at. And so we laugh about it. She's like, see, we were already like, this was already predestined. Like if I go to Chicago right now, if she finds out that I'm in an Airbnb, furious. You could have just come home.
Hmm.
It's hard to be in a relationship with somebody when somebody is talking to you that way.
Yeah,
It's hard,
I
dude.
feel that.
You
Yup.
don't understand. I'll be like, but I love her. Like I'm not gonna not love her. So I don't know. I don't know what to do in those moments.
Interesting, man.
Oh
Yeah,
no, it's trash. When I'm in Chicago, dating is a joke.
I've dropped the ball several times on that kind of love, man, and like an idiot. Like I've dropped the ball several times on that kind of love, and just to kind of reiterate your story, like something happened. My car got broken into. They stole my TVs and CDs and shit. And Shorty sends me a picture and says, this was moons ago. She sends me a picture and she's like, I got the solution to your car problem. And I'm like, what? She sends me her house with a picture of a 2-car garage. She's like, yours is the one on the left. Dodo face, dummy, doodoo head. Yeah, I know. No, this
Nah, that's one of the situations. I ain't gotta say shit. You already know.
Right. I know.
dumb in the face ass
You know,
nigga. Yeah, it is.
last year, there's only one girlfriend that I had, like real girlfriend, that I left in at least the same condition she was in prior to getting with me. Everybody else, um, women have taught me like the power of depletion. I have learned that good women have a cup that empties, and toxic women have one that continues to refill. Toxic women don't run out of toxicity.
Hold up, hold up, hold up,
Shit.
hold up, hold up. Wait, what? What? Run that
What?
back. Run that back.
No, good women have a cup that runs empty, and toxic women have one that refills. Like I have depleted. I've learned the power of
That's a
depletion
bar.
through. Yeah, let me write that shit down. Man. I got a pen right
Please,
here. We gonna put
please.
that in some one of these poems I'm working on. But what I mean, shit,
That
where's
on
that
a
pen?
t-shirt.
Yeah, what I mean is, well, I mean, I know it's self-explanatory, but I learned that so when it comes to Sarai, she's a good woman. So I know that I have the ability to deplete a good woman. I do. I know I do. I've seen myself do it. And when you learn that, you understand that it's important to watch your energy and your ability to drain, because once you drain these good women, they come back, but the water ain't as purified. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's it's a little murky. They'll get their cup, they'll fill it back up, but the water ain't the same. The quality of that shit is it's damaged by like the your residue or whatever you do. Um, so I really think I think it's cool how the good women in my life have taught me the power of depletion, because it's a daily reminder not to deplete the one upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like not to. And I've had moments where I was scared that I had, not that I was. You know what I'm saying? Like too late had. And when you got one that can like Sarai that can process it and still manage to show the same quality of water, but you're doubting. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doubting how pure this water is, but I don't see a single fucking piece of nothing floating around in that cup. It's like, God damn, I really gotta, she gotta self filter. Like how the fuck she do that? You know what I'm saying? Like how you how you do that shit?
Where they do that at? Word.
Yeah, man.
What you doing to you got to make sure you find the right ways to refill it though.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the thing too. And then you gotta make sure that you're doing things on your end to make sure that she's doing it for herself. Like I gotta make sure that I put her in a situation to where life is not life and to the point where she's not doing it. Like she gets her nails done on the regular again, and that wasn't always an aspect of our life. And then that moved to the nail lady here every month in the living room doing her sister's nails, Anaya's nails, Shy's nails, and her mama's nails. She does things to keep herself up, like after I'm done working tonight, it's 90 degrees out here today. I'm a fire up the patio and make sure I put on the reunion of Married to Medicine and shit, and watch that stupid shit with her so she can feel good in good weather. You got to make sure that you give her moments, and it ain't always about like what we gonna pay for, where we gonna go, but the joys of the free shit and the daily lifestyle that we set up, and allowing that to kind of be like a reminder to her of what she has, how far she's come, um, and take the we out of it. You know what I mean? Like shit, nigga, you manifested this too, or you manifested this primarily. But it's a good thing, man. I think it's important that we show respect to the women that we depleted who still showed up for us.
That's dope. That's super super dope. One of the questions I have for you fellas was, what's something that women do or has done or did that you didn't appreciate until recently?
You can go with them.
Um, betrayed me. Actually, she did something. It was a very gross betrayal, and she taught me very sweetly the power of forgiveness. But then it caused me to think about moments where I felt betrayed by her, and the way we ended our relationship. I was sitting across from her one day and I apologized to her. We were laughing and talking. We talking big shit, like haha, da, 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 your mama, like we talking garbage. And I said, you know what? I just want to tell you that I apologize if you ever felt betrayed by me. And I was like, out of nowhere, she just burst into tears and she was like, I didn't even know I needed to hear that.
Mhm.
And it was something about that moment that made me go, no matter how angry I get with her, even when I think she on fuck shit, there'll always be space in me for forgiveness for her. Like she know one if Yolanda don't know nothing else, she knows that she's my soulmate.
That's hard.
She knows that. Like that's not there's no question, there's no what do I mean? Like she's taught me that sometimes you don't end up with your soulmate the way you would like to.
Mm.
But when I'm a when she's around, she don't touch her door. She don't, like it's just shit she don't have to do when I'm around because she know I'm gonna do it for her, and I don't care who I'm with. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing.
That's dope.
So like
Yeah,
for a number of different reasons, I'm grateful that she helped me become a man when it comes to women. Like she teaches me how to love on women in a particular way.
that's fire. Shout out to Yolanda. What about you, P? Anything that women do that you didn't appreciate until recently?
Um.
Or
Yeah, I
say
think
later
I
in
think
life?
the appreciate sounds harsh. It's something that they do. I appreciate it, but I feel bad because they do it. Women women design a back pocket specifically for the pain you've caused them. They'll put it in their back pocket. They put it right there, and then they'll keep fucking going. and they'll carry that pain in the back pocket, but I feel bad because I don't think they empty it. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll wash them fucking pants, and that pain will still be in there, tethered and flaky, and it's like a piece of paper in the back pocket. I think recently I realized that that's really what they do, man. And you say that you appreciate, like, yeah, you're gonna appreciate it because it's grace to you, but to them, I don't know, it's like baggage. You know what I'm saying? It's like residue and remnants and shit, and it's all yours. And I don't know, depending on their life's experiences, how many pockets they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be traveling with them a lot of the times. Like, they say they through shit and over shit, but nah, this shit I go through because of some big nose nigga she used to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta work with it. You know what I'm saying, or work around it because it's not my space to. It's gonna heal over time and shit, but some of that shit just stays. Some of it does define who they are. Um, so I don't necessarily appreciate it, but I appreciate it when it come to me. You know what I'm saying? I wish they didn't have to do it, but yeah,
Understood.
yeah.
Yeah, understood. That's real.
No, that's definitely real and valid, man. I think with that we learn. It's crazy how I don't know if this is the right wording for it, but it's crazy how a lot of our lessons, a lot of our learning, a lot of our appreciation comes from the fact that we've hurt women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think we unfortunately don't learn these lessons until we've hurt someone we really care about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to work on our sensitivities. I remember recently speaking to someone whom I've hurt in the past and didn't realize, one, that they cared about me as much as they did,
Yeah.
and two, that I hurt them as much as I did. And it was little things, like I just didn't understand. She was super sensitive and emotional, and not that I'm not, but she was super, and I was always like, why are you crying? And didn't necessarily understand it until way down, and I was like, oh. And that should have been a sign for me to see how into me she was, and when I couldn't show up how she wanted me to, or didn't show up when she wanted me to, and then to learn about it was like, damn, I didn't. And it's one of them things where it was that, it's one, unfortunately, this particular situation was one who didn't really like forgive me for that. And I have to hear it from her and be like, damn, I'm sorry. And it's like, yeah, that shit don't mean nothing now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you did what you did. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate that a lot of our lessons come from hurt, but it's preparation to care for and love on the women who continue to enter our lives.
Yeah. I would offer this to that because that reminds me of a DM I got probably like a year ago from a woman that I was dating when I was 21, 20, and I was 20. She was like 19. We was dating for like a year and a half. Friends all started dating each other. And eventually things like fell apart, right? I'm in college, new, I'm an alpha, I'm experiencing Greek life, all this shit. And she wrote me a letter like a year ago saying that I was the worst thing to ever happen to her. I had been in contact with her a couple times, you know what I mean? I've talked to her on and off, and I was the worst thing that happened to her. I was the devil in pure form. And keep in mind, she's had been married, she's had children, a lot of she life progressed. This is 25 years later. And she wrote this 4-page letter. And typically, when I got letters along that tone, um, I was very empathetic. And it was like, yo, I didn't realize, like you're saying, I didn't realize I hurt you that much. I didn't realize you cared that much. But sometimes you gotta be like, if you don't go some fucking where with this shit, don't write me no long ass 4-page ass letter. We was 20, 21 years old. You talking all this shit. You done got 2 kids. You done married a white boy, divorced him, married another one. You done had all these other ass experiences in your life. And what you're not doing is accepting responsibilities for the choices you made after me. If anything, I should have been a motherfucking lesson. Don't you dare fix your motherfucking mouth and write this rude ass, mean ass letter when you fucked with me, not physically, but just in general in correspondence for 15, 20 plus more years with no inkling of this. And now in 25, you have this 4-page letter dissertation you chose to write me. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I think
You know,
that's hard.
like block. We
I
not
think
doing
that's
that. We
hard too because like I don't understand the intention behind it.
Yeah, but I think sometimes I think because we've hurt women enough to where that's kind of like our baseline, like going back to what you were speaking on, we have to be aware that sometimes that doesn't apply. And as men who have hurt enough women to know that they deserve empathy and we deserve to look at ourselves in the mirror and hold ourselves accountable when they choose to, that shit don't always apply. So don't always beat yourself up. Don't always feel the need to tell somebody, I'm sorry you feel that way. I didn't recognize, because sometimes that shit, no, my nigga, we was 19, 20, and nothing I did to you. What did I do to you? I fucking stopped following you on MySpace. We just stopped talking. You know what I mean? Didn't nobody get pregnant? I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes things run their course, and especially when you're young. So I think it's important before we always give that we done hurt a whole bunch of females grace that we look at the situation and be like, is this person really deserving? And is this actually, it may be valid to them, but it doesn't have to be valid to us. I guess that's what I'm saying.
No, that's fair. I just think my conscience plays on me sometimes because I don't have many. There's a couple, but I don't have
Mhm.
many women who would be like, Chief ain't shit or he did me dirty or blah 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 blah. There aren't many. There's a couple, and for those, there's one in particular I feel terrible about.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But there's a couple, I feel bad about, but one in particular I feel awful about. So that's something, not that it creeps up on me ever, but this is again lessons. You know what I'm saying? Lessons in it all, and learning from the damage we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to Prentice's point too is just like being clear that everybody is not a victim of an experience of you.
Hmm.
Very
Some
well
people
said.
some people are volunteers.
Yeah.
Very well said.
I think we know who is in front of us, and there's something that occurs to go, their love will fix you. So there's already an implication that you've been broken, but then also being willing to take accountability, acknowledge your role in it, but you don't get to take all the burden on for that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
women
Yep.
women will take it on and having to say that to them, go, wait, give me my stuff back and you take your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that part was you, this part was me. You don't get to take it all, I don't get to take it all. And then we get to honor our women in that way. Right? Like I think it's beautiful. But also, what did you learn from that relationship? What did this woman teach you? What did
Valid.
Are you asking me the question? Is that
that
rhetorical?
wasn't figurative. What did you learn?
In this particular one I was talking about, well, it was for me. It was more so paying attention and not being oblivious to how I make women feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm at my core, and even for most of my relationship, I've treated women very, very well, and they don't have too many negative things to say about me. So I get to this point where, like, I think when I've decided that we're not going to go any further, I pull back from the physical part of it. But we're still talking. I'm still kind. I'm still polite. I'm still respectful, not realizing that it's just allowing these women to fall deeper, deeper, deeper in with me. And then when I really got to be like, nah, I'm good, then it's just like I'm not aware of how I'm showing up that's making them fall deeper for me.
Mm.
And then when I pull back, I'm thinking it's cool, but they're crushed. And I'm like, the signs, I mean, we haven't gone anywhere in such a long time, haven't been physical in such a long time. Like I answer your phone call when you call, we have a great conversation, but I pulled back from the intimacy. But I guess, having that interpersonal relationship sometimes for some is different than what they normally get. And I think that develops an attachment that I just don't pay attention to or haven't taken into consideration.
So you have a relationship exit interview. You take the sex off the table, like, yeah, so how was your day at work? Like you start specifying how was your day at work. You
Yeah,
used to be like, did you eat something?
I don't. Yeah, right, I don't. Yeah. So I don't. It's not just like I don't. It's the breakup doesn't necessarily mean like you don't exist in my world anymore. Some people are literally all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, why can't we be friends?
I mean, and I think when people need I don't want to do this, I want to talk to you no more, that we should gift them that. And not from like a smug or disrespectful way, but I mean really from a give them that space to like be like, I hate your guts. And then, if you care about them, be a, when it's time for you to be a space for them, be a space for them. But I don't, but because women are reared to love us a certain way, we don't, that I don't think when women are being taught to love us, that they're in many cases taught to love themselves. And so I think that often women loving themselves can sometimes be attached to independence as opposed to loving themselves inside of interdependence.
Hmm.
Like love yourself fiercely, but also like, demand respect from me.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think
like,
when you.
you playing games, so we cool, have a great day, and we can still be cool. But you now have to watch me be loved by somebody that can, when you've been a can't.
Hmm.
And if we respect women that can do that and survive in that way, I think all of us will like pull it together.
And I think that's where what my struggle is when meeting women. Like I think ideally I'd be searching for someone who absolutely loves themselves, 100% wholeheartedly, and is unashamed of that, but desires to be loved by me. Because you get the ones who love themselves and convince themselves they don't need that other love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when you find one who loves herself and still like, yeah, I love me and I'm cool with me, but I want you to love me, that is gonna make all the difference in my world.
And for my sisters that that are listening, and don't change when you get them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he
Mm-hmm.
had to wait to see you because you went to the gym, keep going to the gym.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's what attracted, more than likely, that's what we're attracted to, in that like your rhythm, your your consistency, stuff like that. The same things that you require, right? My I have the pleasure of having we say mentor, I think from a professional lens, but she's more family than anything. But she says something about her husband that I love. Sylvia High, HIGH naturally, is she's a master coach, phenomenal human being. But the one thing that I love to hear her say is, the moment my husband start treating me like a wife, I'm done. And they've been together for more than 20 years, because she's very clear she's his girlfriend.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she's like very clear about that. And just watching them love on each other, but then watching her man operate inside of his intimacy, nurturing, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
That's dope. That's super dope. Yo, we running up on our normal round of time, so I want to cut this thing short. But we're gonna double back. I got a bunch more questions in regards to Women's History Month, so we'll double this back on the next episode when we get the whole band together. This was a dope conversation, but I really do think the women listening will pull something from this, and the fellas listening can pull something from this, and it'll be beneficial for them to share this stuff with some people, because I think there was some gems in here that were very much so worth worth tuning into and locking in. Um, for to all of our people listening, man, this is gonna be episode 158, 59, something like that. Like, we keeping this train going, man. I'm super proud of us, and we're all growing in ways that we couldn't believe, and to have you all sharing this journey with us is such a beautiful thing, man. So shout out to y'all. Before we get into the wrap up, you already know we go to our final thoughts. PM, I put you on a hot seat first, bro. Let us know what your final thought is, man.
To the fellas, man, all relationships don't have to be defined by how it ended. You know what I mean? Some need to stop right where they stopped, and some the value can be in the journey. You know what I mean? Not necessarily the destination. So kind of keep that in mind. Sometimes we can hold on to these memories, the final memories of somebody, and we allow that to define everything that happened uh in the process that led us there. But just remember, the value of any relationship really does not have to be the final destination. It can be the journey.
Sounds dope. LT.
I just want to say that I feel like a lot of times, what I'm fascinated about the power of women, not only do they give us life, but they also give us, that is not
Smoke detector.
my smoke detector, that's the microwave. But anyway, I believe that women, when you bring them a seed, no matter what the seed is for them, for us, pardon me, they cultivate it and make it something.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like I think we're always in the presence of God whenever women are around.
Oh yeah.
And a woman that loves herself makes God even sweeter to me. I love seeing that. I've never known a woman that hasn't done her best to try to make a man who feels like a can't a can, you know. And so thank you all. Thank you for loving us in spite of ourselves. And thank you for loving us into ourselves.
Mm.
Word. I think I want to go with women. We learn the majority of life's, or not a majority, we learn the vast amount of life lessons via our struggles with you. It's unfortunate that we're hard headed and we got to hurt to heal. Um, but when we do heal, you ultimately receive the benefits of our journey. And that can be an absolutely beautiful thing. So just be patient with us. Keep holding us to a standard, and trust me, we'll rise to it. It happens naturally. We'll do that. Just stick with us. We'll make it do what it does. Yeah. So we here, y'all. We here. We back. Episode 150 something, almost 160. But we've created this podcast just so we can have a safe space for Black men to openly engage in conversations surrounding mental health. We do it every week. Every Friday we drop. Tap in. Share this joint. Share the podcast with your people. We need to continue to level up. Share with your people. You got any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, you can hit us up at allblackmenetherapy@gmail.com. We have a voice line. You can shoot us a text, give us a call. Most of it will pick up 860-410-6160, 860-410-6160. Holla at us, and we'll make it do what it does. Per usual, y'all, we about to slide on this thing, and we appreciate y'all again. Do us all a favor and hug a black man today
Do it.
and
Indeed.
tomorrow.
Please.
Do it.
We out.
One.